live from a previously unfinished attic in downtown Monroe. This is Drawing Bigger Circles, where we dig into what's going on behind the scenes and out in the streets of our city, Monroe, North Carolina. My name is Stephen Stegall, and I'm the chairperson for Change for Monroe, and we're a grassroots organization that seeks to connect neighbors to neighbors through political engagement, civic education, and a myriad of community service opportunities. And as always, I'm joined by my producer, last seen reenacting the Homer Simpson disappearing into the bushes meme when someone mentioned the words screwworm infestation, Kevin Daniels.
I wish that made more sense.
Yeah, me too.
And my semi-permanent co-host, currently wearing her "Just Let Me Know When It's My Turn to Talk" t-shirt, Barb Curtin.
It's not Curtin.
I did that one on purpose.
You ass. Cheers.
It's Barb Curtin, also known as our local meth addict.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Meth whore, wasn't it?
It was a meth whore.
Meth
Meth
whore.
whore, okay,
yeah,
sorry.
It's the meth
Meth
whore
whore,
of Monroe.
yeah.
I'm not really sure if that means that she does a lot of meth, so much so that she is a whore for meth, or if she whores herself for meth.
Oh, well, all the above.
All of the above.
Clearly.
Clearly,
Congratulations.
yes. So
I feel like the one indication that you are not a meth whore is how little you interrupt Steven and I when we're talking on this podcast. I feel like
It's because you guys are way smarter than me.
No, it's definitely not.
no,
But the other clue is that I have all my teeth.
Yeah. Well,
very nice teeth, by the way.
look fake
Thank
to
you.
me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So first things first, it's been about a month since anyone's heard from us. And
Is that true?
That is because I, 2 weeks ago, fucked up the recording.
Okay.
Which was something that we thought was in the past. But apparently I got home and the disc just had no sound on it whatsoever.
There are certain habits that we just shouldn't leave behind, probably.
You know, and I feel like, like 50% of our podcasts not making it to the recording.
Hey, look,
or
this
to the
is how we
editing
keep
process.
it exciting for ourselves and the listeners.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to need everyone to repeat what they said last time, word for word. Barb, good job.
Yep. All right. So there was a couple of internal emails going around Change from Monroe that we should make more opportunities for Barb to speak.
Meth whore is kind of just an unofficial title.
Yeah.
Hey, I listen.
No, but it was it's sometimes we get off on tangents and I just have a rant in me, and it just so happened that I can't talk about this when you're
making eye contact.
While you're so you have to. I mean,
just so everyone knows.
Yeah, penis straws.
Kevin is hopeless when it comes to like buying things off TikTok.
TikTok shop.
We all have penis straws now.
And
so,
cheers.
Literally, so from the glass to the ice cube makers to the penis straws, TikTok.
all TikTok.
All TikTok.
But
So-
this is us making sure that we're just proving our manliness by not being afraid to have a penis this close to my mouth as I'm drinking my beer.
And I mean, he did pick my favorite color of purple, so I had to go with pink. And
Right.
of course, Barb, BBC all the way.
Right.
BBC.
There was no hesitation there.
Absolutely, yeah.
I would also like
That's
to
the
mention,
biggest.
and just for our listeners out there that might write in, feel free. We'd love to hear it. But Steven is not drinking beer out of the straw. He just is letting it slap up against his face.
He's
when
Right.
he's
just
drinking
letting
beer.
it.
He's just letting the straw slap.
He's
And
got a
it's-
purple pecker smacking him.
It's more for like just conveyance.
Purple
really.
Pecker Smacking 'em is
Yeah.
the name of our band.
That's a good sound clip.
Let me know if you know how to play a ukulele. We want you.
I need more flow than the penis straw will allow me. And
Oh,
so I
that's what she said.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So I'm just letting it smack me on the
I think
side
there's
of the face.
medications for that.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
right,
Does
yeah.
it feel nice? See.
I don't.
Of all the people at the table to be asking, I feel like
Yeah, it's just degrading more
You-
than
you
anything.
would have-
it might feel nice, but on the inside,
It's
that's where it,
degrading, yeah.
it's
You're more
degrading.
than that.
Yeah,
You're
I
more
am.
than that.
I am. Yeah.
well,
Anyway.
my mother will appreciate the start to this one much more.
Right.
Hello, Kevin's mom.
Yeah.
AKA listener number 2.
We love
right.
you.
Yeah. And just so it's like we, you know how like when Pee Wee Herman would say the word of the day
Yes.
and everybody would scream.
Right.
Your mom is that way with the word.
Yeah, we're not saying that.
Oh, we're not going to say the
'cause
word.
we want her to listen to this.
Oh, okay.
We need our viewership to.
I just thought, what? Is
go
she
up.
just going to turn it off and never turn it back on?
Yes.
We could just maybe we could just spell it.
No.
Honestly, I think that us
Can't
just
do
bringing
that.
up the fact that we were going to say the word probably is enough to
She's
give her
like,
the
click.
cringe.
It is already enough. It's already in her head.
Yeah. Okay.
So we just lost one listener
Oh well.
because that's 2 podcasts in a row.
Yeah.
Oh,
we gotta get better at this.
I think I'm fucking killing it.
Yeah.
Yes,
we
we're
promised to the listeners
fantastic.
to get better at
We're
this.
going to the road next.
It's y'all.
Yeah. I'm still trying to just master opening up the right email so that we can get to our stuff.
You
Or
definitely need
perhaps
to be in bed.
not 5 minutes before we sit down.
Yeah.
Or better yet, don't do Grandma Simpson and be like, okay, where's this email? What?
Yeah.
Are you in the right account? Yes. Yeah. Oh,
Right.
that's my favorite part of the whole situation.
Yeah. It's Grandpa Simpson, by the way.
No, Grandma Simpson also existed.
I know that, but isn't it like Grandpa is the... we can cut that part.
We're not cutting shit. I'm sick of you fuckers making me edit.
All right. What are we talking about today, Kevin, since you have the outline pulled up in front of you?
So a lot's been happening around Monroe in the past few weeks. We have our scandal accusing mayor running around town, claiming this, that, and the other thing. And Dotson's still running for office, much to our chagrin.
Yeah.
William, if you didn't know, his name is William Dotson.
Willie.
Willie.
Willy?
I think we're going with Willy Dot for
I like it.
for any advertising materials in the future.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we are going to first cover what's happening with Gary Anderson because, some articles have been released, some accusations made in the council, and some dumb votes made by the council that we need to kind of cover and explain to the viewing public, my mother, about what is happening in Monroe in regard to that.
All right.
All right?
Okay.
All right. I guess I'm going to talk.
Yeah.
Go right ahead. Yeah,
Okay,
The floor's all yours.
All right. I'm going to do this in short bursts. Interrupt when you can.
Yep.
All right. Especially if you have food. All right. So Burns put out a post on probably X, Facebook, letterhead, the whole fancy thing that they've heard about a rumor that Gary Anderson had, done something with a minor and they were going to launch an investigation. And that was the end of it. He did not explain.
Or they were going to ask for a vote to launch an investigation or something, right?
Right. I
I
mean,
get it. I'm just
six
trying
one,
to-
half dozen of another.
Yeah,
You just
got
wanted
it.
to chime in and make me look like an idiot. Mission accomplished.
No, but I'm just...
Mission accomplished.
That's my job.
Yeah. I'll get you a fucking banner. All right. So, with that being said, he did that. They went to the council meeting and they had the vote, and it was 6-1 to launch an investigation into ethical violations by Gary Anderson regarding this incident.
Right.
All right. So, we are going to start with the beginning of: do we love and support Gary Anderson with our full throat, no matter what he has done in the past?
Would you like to chime in, Barb?
Full throat?
Well, sorry, the penis.
Yikes.
Yeah. Turn a phrase. Yeah, go right ahead.
No,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go.
Well, no, I'm just, like, I could...
No.
No,
It's a one-word answer.
well, no, yeah, it is no, but I would say that answer really pertains to every politician ever. Yeah, literally, like any of them.
that is
Yeah.
that is kind of one of the things that when we were sitting down and we were talking about change for Monroe, we were not going to have loyalties to people or parties or anything other than one simple idea of humanity. And that way we could change our mind without looking like assholes.
Or hold people that we support to account.
Right.
Yeah.
They accuse Sir Luda of stuff, which no ethical investigation into that, which I'm guessing is because they, already found out that it was bullshit. That's my guess. I don't know because we stopped hearing about it because they switched on to Gary Anderson.
There has not been one ethical anything on Burns. Has there?
No.
Of all the people?
No. And
I mean, other than the censure votes and
but
stuff
again,
like
they
that.
didn't
But, yeah,
launch
there's no,
an
An
investigation
investigation.
into
There's no
the ethical
investigation.
behavior
Yeah.
of
Right.
the least ethical person there.
Yeah.
Even when they said, hey, we should take a class on ethics, Burns and Dotson voted against it
yeah.
because
They're such a cute couple.
they
Yeah.
They really are.
they're really not.
Oh, I think they look great together.
No. You got to go opposites. If you're going to have a muscle-bound dude, you got to have a twink. You can't have two dudes that
That's so
it's always
true.
leg day.
You just
You
made
know?
me think about that. That is so true.
Always neck day.
It's always neck day.
It's always neck day.
And that, sir, is the title of this week's episode.
Yeah,
It's always neck day. And now that full throat comment makes sense.
Yeah, right.
Right? It all flows. Great
But the idea
throuple.
that we can sit here and say, oh, that person fucked up, great, we no longer support that. This person fucked up, we no longer support them.
Yeah.
And we will always have these scales, these levels, these, areas of like, oh, okay, well, Sir Luda got a parking ticket. Well, we're still going to support her for mayor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As opposed to Dotson, who may have bigger
bigger
Yeah.
problems in his past. Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Cutting the
Bigger
shit out of that. Bigger problems in his past. That would definitely be like a line in the sand that we would be able to differentiate.
Sure.
So that's the first thing is that, if there is something found in the investigation, then by all means, please don't vote for Gary Anderson in the November election.
Or I mean,
Perfect.
even like,
Easy enough, right?
arrest Gary Anderson if there is something, that if he broke the law or if
Right,
he,
just like
I mean,
anybody.
just like anybody. Yeah. So it's just, it's ridiculous to think that anybody should have any sort of allegiance to anybody like that.
And
Yeah.
that is, that was really, the basis of the foundation is that we found people, having these loyalties to people rather than ideas. And they were able to change their morals, change their ideas because they were loyal to this person, like Burns, and they're like, oh, Burns, what he says just goes. And it's like, well, he just contradicted himself. It's like, oh, it doesn't matter. It's Burns. So,
Kool-Aid drinkers.
no, that's not going to be the name of this week's episode. So anyway, that's what's happening with Gary right now. Now, here is the bigger problem, and this is what I'd like to discuss, is that Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department had a call come in on the non-emergency line to investigate Gary Anderson for an incident, which is everything's alleged. We're not going to get into any fucking legal troubles by pretending we know what's going on. But if the Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department, according to Burns, this case has been referred to the Child Sex Crimes Department of Charlotte Mecklenburg, why is the Monroe City Council launching a duplicative parallel investigation?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Well, at this point of the investigation, no, because this is still an uncorroborated tip, basically called in. No one, and again, I'm not saying that we expose the people that that are victims here or anything like that, but like there has been no other information released to the public to give any indication that this is actually a true thing that happened.
And that's very much the issue that we are facing, is in a world where the person who leaked this first was Burns.
Yes.
He has lost all credibility for being an honest observer of these things. He's not the mayor of Monroe. He's a political fucking puppet.
Yeah.
He's not having original thoughts and idea. He's not concerned about child safety or crimes and, stuff like that. He's literally just playing a role. And now we can't take anything he says seriously. And now we're in the situation where had he not lost his credibility and he had made this accusation, we might be taking it more seriously. But right now we have to sit here and be like, ooh, this is probably a lie. We have to start on that side of the fence first.
Yeah.
In my humble opinion.
Yeah.
I am HO if you're under 40.
Oh my God. I had to think about it. So clearly I'm not.
Yeah. So going back to the vote that they had, if that's what we're going to go to next, they voted 6-1. Obviously, Gary Anderson being the one vote to not investigate himself.
Yeah.
In my opinion, this was a
IMO.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, we're just going to call this what it is. This is a performative vote in order to, boost the I guess, just the appearance that Burns and Dotson are I guess protecting children and all that. When realistically, this never had to come to a vote in the city council, because it really does nothing but force city council to spend money on an investigation that is, one, underway, and probably unnecessary, two, unnecessary. So whoever the investigator is probably just going to be asking the city of Charlotte for information and then relaying that back to the Monroe City Council, which, again, they probably could have done that without spending.
Well, I mean, even if the city hires an investigator and they go up there and they ask the city, have you found anything yet? They probably should report back, fuck you, who are you?
Yeah, there's no reason for the Charlotte police to even give this person any kind of information.
Right.
Like, and it being an ongoing investigation, they probably can't
No.
give this person any
I
kind
don't
of.
think they can.
Well,
Yeah.
according to the rules of law and order, which I follow strictly.
Yeah.
You know, you're not allowed to comment on an ongoing investigation.
Right. Yeah.
So basically, we are now paying. I'm going to wager, and I'm going to put a FOIA request in once, this person is hired, this firm is hired. But I'm guessing this is going to cost the city anywhere between $200,000 and $400,000.
I mean,
in case you're wondering, and this is not a made up number that I just came up with, when some of these people launched an investigation into Angelia James,
I remember that.
they said it cost $750,000.
holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big fucking number.
Now, here's the thing. The difference is that with Angelia, all the stuff had been settled with the legal side of things, with the cops and stuff like that. No charges pressed, et cetera, et cetera. So then they took the information that they had and said, okay, well, we want to launch an ethics investigation into whether or not she should stay on the council.
And that is probably...
And that is the way that it should have gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. That's probably the good way, the proper way to do it. So
Except,
if Gary Anderson were to be arrested, let's say, for doing this thing that he's being accused of, then at that point, then Monroe City Council votes to launch an investigation on whether or not he committed ethics violation. Right. Mm-hmm. And then because even if the Monroe City Council finds out that he did do something illegal, what jurisdiction does the Monroe City Council have to to administer any sort of justice? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's very much what happened under the Angelia stuff. Whether or not you agree that she should have been removed or should not have been removed, it was all partisan playing game.
Sure.
It was political gameplay.
Yeah.
For someone that a lot of these folks found to be opposition and contrarian.
Yeah.
on the city council. So, Barb, thoughts?
Because I was just watching Steve and he was getting poked in the eye.
I was just about to say, I'm going to have to take this out just because.
Look at all the
That's
foam.
what she said.
It's got a lot of foam on it.
It does. I mean, and it keeps batting me right in the eyeball. And as much as
that's just bad form.
It just
in
is.
Any orgy.
Right.
So anyway, Barb,
I feel like they should just let the Charlotte take care of the giant chunk of it, like Steven said, sort of, and not spend so much money on this nonsense. He's not even going to be in the fall. That's the end of it, right?
But again, that's what makes it mostly like, if you're doing good for the doing right things and so on and so forth, that's fantastic. But the history of these folks, it's not that. This is all political gamesmanship. This is nothing but nonsense. This is
distraction.
Yeah, that's all it is.
That's what he's good at.
That's all they do. I mean, it's to distract us, because in November, when Dotson has to stand up in front of voters and say, hey, some of them, not most of them, but some of them are going to say, hey, what did you actually do? He's going to have to put up these fake ass votes as what he did, because he didn't do anything. Him and Burns were nothing but obstructionists at best, and at worst, wasting time.
So when you say that, like we were just talking about this a little bit ago. These people, like, all they really want to do is fill out a meme page.
Right.
So we went over Dotson's, his little thing that he put out on Facebook that like gave it all his accomplishments and shit like that. And it was all fluff. So again, the good thing that, or the thing that this accomplishes is just putting out a statement, saying that, Gary Anderson is a bad person, basically. We're the good people are launching an investigation into this. And most people within Monroe are never going to notice anything beyond that unless Gary at some point is like arrested for this and it becomes a bigger story. You know what I'm saying? If this goes away and nothing ever comes of it, the average voter will still have in the back of their head that Gary committed this crime.
Right.
And they would never have finished the thought. And that's honestly, this is exactly what Republicans do on a regular basis anyway. But these people in Monroe are just basically doing this on a small scale now.
Right.
He's already been convicted in a court of public opinion.
Absolutely.
And nothing ever has to come out of this ever again. And it could just be another line on Dotson's meme at the bottom that says, investigated ethics violations, on members of city council. And again, it's just another bullet point that they can add to the bottom of the fucking meme, and it just fattens out or fluffs out their fucking accomplishments page.
So, with him not running in November, why do you think they're targeting Gary?
That was my next question.
Yeah.
What is the purpose
Miss
of this
Talkative
investigation?
was about to ask that
I'm waiting
question.
for Steve.
I have an answer for you, but I'm going to allow other people to chime in first before I give it.
All right.
Don't you think this investigation is going to go well beyond November?
Oh, very much so. Yeah. I mean,
So
if this was...
that was my question. What's the point in all this?
Okay. So, some unsavory characters from let's just say Burns's camp are constantly trying to smear the other Republicans on the council for being like either rhinos or like just fake Republicans, or what was the other thing that they were calling them? I can't remember exactly.
Rhinos, fake.
It's like something to do with Christians, like
Chino. What they calling him?
something.
No, we
Christians
call
or
them
something.
we call them
Oh, yeah.
Chinos.
Yeah. So point being is like they've already, in the eyes of the public, and their tactic anyway is to basically make these people into honorary Democrats or something like that. I don't know what you would like. Democrats by default almost.
But again, why Gary? If he's not on the ballot in November.
Well, I mean, if they had this dirt on anybody else on the council other than themselves, they would totally do this to any other member too. It just so happened that Gary. I mean, here. Let me put it this way: I don't doubt for a second that this call came in. Mm-hmm. Somebody reported this against Gary, and let's be honest. Like, so, a 15-year-old kid in Charlotte. What?
We don't know any of this.
Allegedly.
Oh, allegedly. Oh, well, I can just say allegedly. But the way that this came down was that a person in Charlotte happened to know who Gary Anderson was, reported this to the City of Charlotte Police Department, and just said, "Hey, some strange man just did this, but it happens to be this person that it's."
And we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know any of that.
Okay. Well,
that's why I've been like, hey, we gotta, because I don't want to put anything out into the world, because if someone listens to this, they're gonna take this as fact.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, we don't know who made the call. We don't know.
This is the careful stepping that we have to make that they don't. Yeah.
And mostly because they have lawyers that we can't afford.
Well, also too, but they don't give a shit about that. Just like I just said, all they have to do is just put the shit out into the air and let other people take it in.
And folks, we want you to take it in from us all the time.
I mean, sure.
We do try to be at least accurate.
Okay. So yeah, we have to be careful about the things that we say where they don't necessarily have to be. So point being is like they've already smeared these people as being like, on the left or part of the Democrat. Let's also be clear. What is the makeup of the city council right now as far as Democrats and Republicans?
5-2.
5-2. Right.
Republican to Democrat.
So all of these votes that they're talking about with like Monroe Vote Tracker being like, oh, these Republicans always vote with Democrats. No, the Democrats vote with Republicans.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's what happens. And they get to rearrange those words and make it to their favor. But it's like, again, this is them setting up reality in a way that favors them better. And him getting out in front of it it's Bill Barr getting out in front of the fucking Mueller report before anybody else says anything about it.
My favorite was when they started to talk about the votes in. They would label the actual votes, like the issues, liberal or conservative.
Yeah.
And that was like so weird to me that, it's like, how is zoning a liberal issue? And they would literally decide what was liberal, what was conservative based on who voted for it.
Right.
And if Burns and Dotson did not vote for it, it was a liberal issue.
Well, these are unfalsifiable claims, though.
Oh,
we talk about
Monroe Vote Tracker. By the way, you're still shitty people.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, we don't have to tell them that. They know that.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah. But yeah, these are the, like, when you just put these things out, like, so if a vote comes up a certain way, it was due to these people being liberal. If a vote goes the other way, it was due to the other side of that. You get what I'm saying? But all they have to do is like just continue to make claims that are unfalsifiable, and they just sound good in the voter's ear.
Well, but again, and dead horses and whatnot, but these labels are just made up. Everything's made up.
Of course.
Burns is not a fucking conservative. in any definition of the word conservative, he is not a conservative. He's not.
I mean, based on,
Based on if you were to
recent
look,
history,
if
no,
you were to call
yeah.
Ronald Reagan a conservative,
Right.
George H.W. Bush or
Yeah.
George W. Bush a conservative, Burns is not a conservative.
Yeah. Well, a lot of this comes back to the fact that like Republicans have literally had to run away from every fucking candidate they've ever had for the last like 40
Eventually,
fucking years.
they have to disown
every
them.
one of them. They do have to disown every fucking one of them. And this has been happening again since fucking Reagan. And so they can just at this point, Julie Thompson, Gary Anderson, James Carr, they're all rhinos, and in their eyes, anyway.
In their eyes,
yeah. And anything that they do now, not only does it paint them bad, but it also, this is the fucking heinous shit about it, is also paints Democrats bad, and Democrats now have to come to the aid of fucking Republicans in here. And let me be absolutely clear right now, if any of this alleged stuff against Gary Anderson is true,
Lock him up.
This is absolutely. First off, lock him up. We don't like. We're not going to defend pedophiles by any means, and we're damn sure not going to defend Republican pedophiles. This is a fucking in-house issue, motherfucker. Deal with your shit. Get your people in line.
Yeah.
Pull the
Yeah.
leash back.
Yeah,
Right.
agreed. I and it's one of the jokes that, when Burns is going after, he's eating his own. He's proven his point. Gary Anderson is not a drag queen. He's,
I mean,
a Republican
Yeah.
on the town council.
Yeah.
His own people.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, again, we don't have any more information than, like, say, the Charlotte Observer has already put out, because obviously, if the Charlotte Police Department are doing their job well, none of this information should get out before there's any.
turn the label towards the camera in case we get an endorsement.
Right. None of this stuff should get out before, anything definite can be done as far as like, making some sort of arrest or, anything like that. So, but again, you're not going to be able to do that off of just hearsay.
And whoever Burns' friend is that he hires is definitely not going to be able to find any new information.
I mean,
What?
Did you put a little trickle of alcohol in
I
there?
will.
What? What will you do, Kevin? Anywho, moving right along.
I will pour my peach juice over that.
Oh, that's definitely what he said.
The problem is the 2 ice cubes thing. When I thought the one ball was low, I threw another ball on top.
oh, sure.
And you know what they say about 2 balls?
Everybody's got one.
Everybody's got 2.
I don't know if that's what they say. So,
Sounded good.
our position is just going to remain that we're going to continue to follow the investigation.
We're going to follow the
Yep.
Charlotte Mecklenburg investigation,
Yep.
and the city of Monroe. I don't, you guys can fuck off.
It's-
And I'm going to
Thanks for
make it clear,
wasting more
every
money.
single one of you who voted in favor of this, because it was all performative and trying to, put up appearances, and it was all political. You're going to waste about $400,000 of our money.
Well,
Yeah.
and let's,
Thanks a lot.
Let's just be fucking crystal clear here. The 2 Democrats, Cerluda and Franco, you could have just not voted.
Double dicking it.
Oh my God, this is ridiculous.
They could have not voted to get the
could've-
same result
They could have not. Yeah,
to make a statement. They could have
Yeah.
voted no because it was going to pass.
it was going to pass anyway. Yeah.
You know what I mean? They could have voted no. Any of them with a conscience could have voted no on this.
Yeah.
And said, oh my God, what an egregious waste of money when
Right.
Charlotte is already investigating this.
Well, and again, I shouldn't just call out Franco and Cerluda on this. Everybody on you say, everybody on the council other than Dotson and Burns should have just not voted for this, and it would have gone through. They would have got their investigation, and they would have been on the fucking hook for this goddamn 6-figure number, whatever's going to come out. It would have been Dotson and Burns only.
Only.
Yeah.
On the this is okay.
Okay.
Well,
This is really, honestly, what frustrates me about Monroe politics, and this is politics all over the fucking place. We have the wrong fucking people who think that they should be in office.
Right.
We have none of these people, and I'm saying none of you people
None.
who are holding these seats right now have any sort of just I don't know, just like political savvy, like acumen to be where you are. Like I understand that you want to like help the public, but this is not helping. Like
Yeah.
playing into their performative horse shit and giving them exactly what they want, or them, for that matter, them forcing you to do exactly what they want, so that you don't like somehow fall prey to their optics.
Yeah.
Their you know,
the narrative that they're going to put out no matter what.
right. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
You know?
They're going to say what they want to say, and they're going to do what they want to do. All you have to do is say, yeah, I'm not involved in this.
Yeah,
And this is exactly what they do for Trump all the fucking time. What does goddamn Johnson say every time that there's a shitty tweet?
I had no idea.
Oh, no, I haven't even been on my phone all day today.
So right now,
I don't even know anything about this.
we rarely do this, but I got to do
damn it.
this because Steven's. We need to let him take a
Steven
drink.
needs to
I
take a breath.
do. I need to just
But so right now there is an idiocracy themed event happening on the White House lawn, and apparently there has been a rush to the courts to try to stop it.
Yeah.
And a reporter asked AG Blanche, you know, like, hey, if the courts decide that this is an illegal event because of a variety, I mean, the laws cited are all about, you know, monetizing the White House, monetizing the position, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, we have Monster and Bud Light advertisements, you know,
Fucking
in the same
ridiculous.
picture as the
in
White
the
House.
backdrop of the fucking White House.
Right. So it's obvious that this is like a
Classy.
violation of everything. And so someone said to Blanche, she's like, I don't know. I know nothing about that. Next question. And she asked it again. And he was like, I said, next question. No, I'm not going to talk about the UFC fight. You know, and that was like his, and it's like, but that was the question. You know,
No,
like
we're posing the
this is the question.
scenario to you
we
right
need you
now.
to answer that question.
Yeah.
If the court says you can't do this,
Yeah.
and you know they're so scared of their boss.
Yeah.
And there's an element that I see that with these folks and Burns. You know what I mean? There's an element with these folks and Burns where they don't want to be the next victim of his targeting.
Sure. Yeah.
You know?
I can see that.
So
100%.
if we can recall, 7 or 8 minutes ago, I asked why Gary Anderson.
I mean, other than, you know, the fact that they've been smearing him all these years. I mean, that's all and they're trying to, you know, paint him with the same broad brush.
Oh, wait a minute. Didn't
Yeah.
they get into it in the parking lot?
Remember?
Aha.
You remember when
The light bulb just went off.
Yeah.
That's why it's so bright in here.
I woke up.
I thought it was my nipples.
Yeah.
If you can recall, when Burns got censured, that was all like with Gary Anderson involved. He was the one who made that motion.
So you think they're going to censure him? Is that what's going on?
No,
No, it's retaliation.
it's retaliation.
100%.
Oh, of course.
That's
yeah. But
all
I'm saying,
this is.
Yeah. No.
No, don't
yeah.
say, oh, yeah, I know. I said, why Gary Anderson? And you launched into 5 minutes that ended up
got you.
talking about
No,
UFC.
no, you're right. You're
it's
right.
retaliation.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know, the simplest answer is that Burns is a fucking dick.
Yeah.
And he's
well,
just
no.
trying to do payback.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so petty.
Well, but okay. So the payback, in my opinion, already came though when they did that that other, because wasn't Gary censured already?
He was something.
Or they voted to censure him because of a communication that he had with a
Yeah,
voter
the
or something.
voicemail and stuff.
Is that
like
what it was?
Yeah, but so they stopped.
No. My point is like, yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay, so yeah, they're not gonna
They're not gonna
take
let
an
up on
opportunity.
this, right.
They're not gonna take an opportunity to smear this guy. Is what,
And,
yeah, that's what you're saying.
You know, when we talk about scuttlebutt, when we talk about rumors, allegedly, they've had this information for a while.
What do you mean for a while?
This accusation against Anderson did not happen this week.
No.
Oh, really?
Really?
When was?
We don't know.
Oh, we don't know.
No. So the idea that, you know, they've been holding on to this, trying to make a show of it at the right time, and that they chose now, which in the political world, something like this is called the October surprise. If you have something on an opponent, you release it in October because that is when it's going to do the most damage at the polls. So if they're releasing this now, either they're completely fucking stupid, which
Yes.
I know that's like our vote most of the time,
Yeah.
or they got something bigger that they're holding on to for October.
Right. I got you. Yeah.
I vote for the.
Yeah.
They're too stupid.
Well, you know, again, it's like at this point, Gary. I don't know that he'll ever run for office in Monroe anymore. I mean, he's a. I just think that they're kind of wasting their time with Gary. Put it that way.
They're not wasting their time
Yeah.
if the point is revenge.
Yeah.
If the point is to keep Gary from running for office, yeah, I mean, Gary was kind of one
But-
foot out the door. He's not on the ballot in November. If he were going to run again in 2 years, that would have been another conversation.
Once again, the predictability of it all. I mean, isn't it always about getting back at the other guy? That's all they do. That's all they've ever done.
I mean, they have zero idea, zero platform. So
Yeah.
this is their entire idea is just keep getting back at the guy, making the headlines.
High school.
Yeah, it is. It is, ultimately just reactionary politics, just playing itself out over and over and over again.
Reactionary politics and penis straws. That's why you should pay attention to us.
We need some TikTok links for our stuff. I'm telling you, we're gonna start selling some.
That's
penis
true.
straws.
Yeah, I should start advertising all the stuff that I buy.
But also too, I think
Qualified
that
seller.
it's like I think you mentioned this earlier, or maybe I did. I can't remember, but this does help them, paint themselves as like Monroe's heroes and all this other stuff like that. I really think.
Well, it does and
Save
it
the day,
doesn't because
getting
it
the
was 6
pervert
to
off the
1.
streets.
And I'm going to say, so the only person with ethics in that vote was the guy who they were voting against.
Right. Yeah.
You know, the one guy who
He
said,
handled
we're not
himself
fucking
well.
wasting money on
I'd
this.
call that self-preservation, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
I thought he
Yeah.
handled himself well.
I would
Yeah,
say this, that, it would have been fucking hilarious if he voted 7 to, made it 7-0 and been
Yeah.
like, yeah, fuck it, bring it on, fuckers.
Yeah.
I mean, he should have, I guess. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
at
I mean-
the end of the day,
Yeah.
I believe that, this is a fucking waste of money.
Well, it's
Just
definitely
like
going to
everything
be.
he does.
Well,
Everything.
but again, because of how they're doing it, it is. I don't want to say by definition, but definitely like it is. There is no other alternative than to be a waste of money.
Right.
It's the wrong time. It's the wrong reason, and they're searching for, I would assume, the wrong outcome. Like again, you do an ethics investigation, and you call it an investigation just to be kind, I guess. But if he's like been convicted of something, you do an ethics investigation to just put it on record that this person, violated.
We looked into it.
Yeah.
He was found guilty. That violates this.
Yeah, and it costs you so much less money at that point. I don't even know that you have to bring in outside counsel at that point. Maybe you do. I don't know. But again, like this is procedurally completely wrong, and I hold everybody on city council responsible for this, for wasting taxpayer money at this point. All of you, this was dumb as fuck.
Yep.
Dumb as fuck.
Yeah. I don't know any other way to describe this other than saying it was useless and, just be ashamed. For shame.
Straight up embarrassing.
Oh.
Yeah. So, all right. Have we, I wasn't going to say that, but I was going to say, have we milked that enough? But considering we're all drinking out of dick straws, I don't.
You changed your mind.
I did. Yeah.
Barb actually took 2 at once, which,
First time.
Yeah. Hey.
and apparently she's a liar.
Jesus. Oh my God.
Okay.
You know me being the meth whore and all.
I was at a thing last night, and it was for work, and it was very complimentary because when it all got done, I had to stand up and speak for a minute, just give an overview of stuff, and the priest that had done the invocation at the beginning, came up to me afterwards, and he was very good, very good speaker.
He could smell the devil.
He could
That's why I came
smell
up
the
to
devil
you.
in me.
The sulfur.
So he came right up to me, and he was like, after everyone's saying bye, he's like, "You're a really good speaker." And I'm like, "You know what my secret is?" And he said, "What?" And I'm like, "I'm as surprised by you as what I say. Like I have no idea what I'm about to say. I just speak."
Yeah.
So, Barb, sorry about the comment. Didn't really think about it until it came out.
No sweat. No sweat.
All right. So the next item on our agenda is they had a vote to raise the percentage. So for those of you who don't know, right now the city council is allowed to take 2% of their total operating budget and donate that to outside organizations. And there is a process for this. They fill out forms. They turn in evidence of
Is this
hey, this is why we need the money.
The city's operational budget?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
All right. So it's 2% right now. That's the maximum that they're allowed to give to outside agencies. All right. This year.
And they can spend that at their own discretion and all this other stuff. They don't have to have a vote for that, or they do have to have a vote for that. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make sure I understand it too.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. You're going to have to rephrase that question using better words.
The 2%, this is discretionary spending, but they still have to vote on the things that they spend the money on. It's just that they're allowing themselves 2% to go to these.
So 2% is what's in the bylaws of the city.
Okay.
All right. That's the max that they can spend.
Okay.
All right. The program is there so organizations can make requests.
Okay. I understand.
But
I'm sorry.
All these organizations can't total more than 2%.
There you
the
go.
money that they give out.
Got it.
Okay. Barb?
No.
No.
We good?
Stop it. We're good.
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
just making sure everyone's clear.
Yeah. But I'm saying there's 2% of the budget and allotted to this. Outside agencies.
Program.
Yeah. There you go. And then outside agencies can more or less, I guess, just make their case to get a certain percentage of that 2%.
Right. They will
Got it.
split the 2% amongst the various
Got it.
agencies. And for those of you who can recall, the biggest news was when they shorted the Humane Society in a vote. And I think we might have covered this, but we may not have. But the short version of that is last year they were given more money than they were technically supposed to be given, and it was outside of this program.
Right.
This year, they were within this program, so their money got cut. So it wasn't the cruelty of the council for cutting their budget. Last year, they were operating under a different set of rules. They were under this program this year.
Right.
So therefore, that's why the money got reduced. It wasn't because people hate kittens. It was because
They hate dogs.
they hate dogs.
Oh, sorry. No, that's not right.
Yeah, no, people would hate cats more than dogs. Barb?
Probably cats.
Yeah.
I found in my lifetime that everybody just cats.
Yeah. I could see
Everybody
that.
loves a dog. Most
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. Except for the people who pretend to be allergic to dogs so that they can be scared of dogs without telling you that they're scared of dogs.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to mention names, but I definitely know someone like that.
I was going to say that's way too specific.
Way too specific.
To not be talking about us like somebody. Okay.
Well, there's an element to this, and I'll tell you what, I'll present the other side, if I may,
Yeah, please.
is that if I say I'm allergic to dogs, you will keep your dog away from me, right?
Yeah.
If I say I am scared of dogs, what are you going to do?
Think you're a pussy.
You're going to think,
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
first of all, yes,
I'm
but
sorry.
technically you already think that of me. So, 6 one, half dozen of another. But you will do what I do, which is I will say to the person like, oh, don't worry, he's friendly, he won't bite. You know what I mean? And I will let my dog come up to you. I will not restrain him. I will just be like, oh, no, don't be
He's
scared of
fine.
him. He's fine.
Right.
I am completely invalidating your fear
Sure.
because my dog
Is the exception.
is the exception. He's
Yeah,
nice.
right, yeah.
And they didn't say that they were scared of angry dogs.
Yeah.
They said they were scared of dogs.
Yeah.
Which, if you're using the umbrella of comprehension, that
Yeah.
includes nice dogs.
Yes, absolutely.
But I digress.
Okay.
We also don't want to be thought of as pussies. All right. So that was what happened with the Humane Society is this year they were operating under the program, so their budget got cut down.
Right.
Okay. And somewhere up here, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Just gas.
No, I was actually going to interject, but I think you were going to say what I was going to say.
Okay. So, no, probably not. Go.
Well,
Oh my God, you too.
To the amount that they were supposed to have gotten in the first place.
Right.
Yes.
To within the parameters of this program.
Exactly.
They were now confined.
Yes.
So that's what was happening there. Are we good on the 2%?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. So that all went down. And if you can recall, everyone was pissed off because they lowered Humane Society. And Burns was pissed off because his wife's ministry, Help Pregnancy Center, did not get the amount of money that they requested. Mm-hmm. All right. So,
I'd like to launch an investigation.
Maybe we should.
well,
I mean,
so here, fun information.
Yeah.
Is
tell.
not to be that guy who stalks people on Facebook, but
This is public information.
the Help Pregnancy Center asked for $10,000. The city said, we'll give you $8,000. And again, this is a ministry. This is essentially a church. They call themselves a ministry. Burns has called them a ministry. All right. So they asked for $10,000. They got $8,000. All right. They did not get $0. They did not ask for $100,000 and get,
and they did
4,000.
not get an investigation.
Should they be receiving anything?
They should not if you are like moi.
Yeah.
All right. But, and fuck, I probably won't have time to find it now. But it looks like if you go to their papers, they're like $3 million a year, type of operating budget. Which, if I were to randomly pick another nonprofit, Common Heart, It's a food pantry. They operate at around 2 million. But let me tell you about the Help Pregnancy Center. Construction update.
Oh.
All right. June 8th. Exciting progress at Help Pregnancy Center. The concrete has been poured and the walls are beginning to take shape for our new mobile ultrasound unit garage.
Wait, those things are not.
All those words,
Yeah.
we're going to slow it down.
Yeah.
Their mobile ultrasound unit is what they bring out to the abortion clinics. And there are rumors, allegedly, that they will show women fake ultrasounds to try to talk them out of abortions.
Oh, wow. I haven't heard. That's great.
Allegedly. Well, that's why these fake pregnancy centers that, I wrote about before,
Yeah.
by the way, if we
yeah.
get sued, it's going to be over this.
Yeah.
But these fake pregnancy centers, these articles are out there like, these are dangerous, these are not good, you know, and stuff like that. So if a woman has an ectopic pregnancy happening and she's shown a live living fetus,
Oh my
Right.
God.
Yeah. That is absolutely not hers.
that is absolutely not hers. And so again, lawsuits, articles,
Yeah.
investigations. All right. So that is what the mobile ultrasound unit is. All right. Now, since we all walked through one to get into the house today, I don't need to tell you what garage means.
Right.
So they are now spending $8,000 of our tax dollars to help put up a garage to protect their trailer.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is
Wow.
permanent infrastructure on the site of the crisis pregnancy center that Monroe.
It's delicious through
Needed
there,
some
It
isn't
cock.
it?
is absolutely.
Needed some cock after
Yeah,
that
of course.
So
Yeah.
the idea, though, is that earlier a woman attacked me because, we were doing something about the donations given to outside organizations. And a lot of organizations do a lot of good. And you can't give all the money to all of them. But this woman made an accusation. They're like, oh, these places don't even spend 50% of the money given to them on the actual mission. Now, granted, I'm paraphrasing because her words made less sense. So I'm going to say
Shocking.
that's what I read her. And I said, can you please give an example? How many examples do you think I got in her response? Barb?
0.
Steven?
I'm going to go with Barb on this.
Yep, it was 0. And she said I had to do my own research.
Right, yeah, that's
So I said, no, you made an accusation. Can you please point me to... And she told me that I had to look it up on their websites. Yes, because nothing says committing fraud like going to the organization's website.
Right.
I mean, here's Help Pregnancy Center bragging about the garage to park their trailer in.
right.
And yeah, using our money. So anyway, the idea is that if we are giving money to organizations like this, then they can fuck right off. And they need to start paying attention to where they're giving money. And these organizations should be worthy. Anyway.
But they turned a blind eye. Why?
To
pushing back on it because of Burns.
because of Burns.
Jesus.
Burns' wife.
Yeah. At the end of the day.
Jesus had
You're
a
correct,
role in this.
Stephen.
But to be clear, white Jesus, not black Jesus. Black Jesus had nothing to do with
Oh,
it.
of course.
No,
not.
there's
Yeah.
no such thing as a black Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Guy named Tom living in the Middle East. All right. So with that being said, when they shorted the funding on the Help Pregnancy Center by $2,000,
Yep.
all right, and then the Humane Society did not get all the money that they asked for. Here, that is when Dotson kind of lost his cool. And he went on a Facebook rant about how he was completely disgusted by all this. The community fought, advocates fought, your mayor fought. Not all funding requests could be fully granted because the cap was set at 2%. That's my little adage. But he said the community fought, advocates fought, your mayor fought. And I have all this here, so I'll put that up there later. It doesn't matter, blah, 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 blah. And he got angry because the 5 people on the council who were following the rules and not giving out more than the 2% that was allotted.
Right.
And this is, again, another trap because our people do not explain. And our people, I mean, anyone fighting Burns, by the way, is our people. Do not explain this stuff very clearly. They do not put out these statements. They wait for Burns and Dotson to do their little performances, their little dances, tutus, et cetera, et cetera. That's why they're always in leg day. Gotta look good for the tutus. All right. So that is Dotson whining about not funding the community shelter, saying that everyone's evil for fucking over the kiddies. Barb? Comments on pussy?
Jesus.
All right.
Not my thing.
So, moving on to Tuesday's meeting, there was a motion made by Franco to raise the cap from 2% to 2.5%. And this would have allowed a lot of the people who did not get the requested funding to get the funding that they wanted.
It's an attempt to accommodate the people who are,
It's an attempt to help out these outside organizations,
Yeah.
because frankly, and to be quite clear, this is what I want my tax dollars to be spent on.
Sure.
If you're not going to provide free food for everybody all the time, then you better fucking start donating to the pantries. If you do not do anything to keep housing costs reasonable, then start giving our tax dollars to the homeless shelters. Because you're friggin' wasting it every time a new corporation hits like, oh, congratulations on making $80 million this year. Here's an $80,000 check from the city of Monroe.
Right.
Get over themselves. So that is Dotson. He was angry about all the people that voted against the kiddies.
He gets angry a lot.
I'd say indignant.
Do you
is probably, yeah.
Well, I mean, this kind of goes with the law enforcement
Yeah.
and allegedly, well, no, this is a real study, and I'm not saying that Dotson falls into this 40%, but 40% of law enforcement are domestic
issues, yeah.
abusers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Sure.
not saying he falls into that category, but he's got the temper of someone who would
Yeah, it seems
not
that
fall
way.
outside of that.
Seems that way.
Yeah.
All right. So, with that being said, what do you think happened on Tuesday when Dotson's pet project, the Humane Society, finally is going to have a way to get their funding by raising that cap to 2.5%? When Franco says, let's raise it for 2.5%. Dotson, what do you think Dotson did?
I'm going to say he went right along with Franco's idea and gave him full credit.
Very close. Look, we're getting very good at this. All right.
Yeah.
Except
Or I'm sorry, no. He took full credit is what I meant to say.
Except it's actually the complete opposite.
Oh, okay.
Remember who pays for all this. The money
Yeah.
we're talking about does not come from this council. It comes from the taxpayers. And the taxpayers of this city are already carrying a heavier burden now than they were a year ago.
What a sweet guy.
Yep.
He's looking out for us.
At our last meeting, we heard directly from one of those citizens. She was not talking about politics. She was not talking about party labels. She was talking about real life and how she can't afford her fucking gas or whatever the fuck he goes on to say.
Did he really say that, though?
He said, yes. She was not talking about politics. She was not talking about party labels. She was talking about real life. She was talking about watching someone who worked their whole life retire, try to live responsibly, and then find out that the government changed the rules and started asking for more and more of their money while their income stays the same. So right now, he looks like he is advocating for no tax on Social Security and raising Social Security.
No. He would
Oh,
never,
he's not?
No, he would never
Are you
do
sure?
that.
Because that's what I just fucking read.
No, yeah, he would never do that. Yeah. Ideologically, he's bound.
That matters.
Yeah.
Because when the citizens come before this council emotional and worried about financial pressure, I do not believe the answer is to immediately increase the amount of taxpayer money available through a process, blah, 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 blah.
What about increasing inflation? Would that be, or like, spending taxpayer or like upping the military budget in order to like take more money away from Medicare?
Well, let's be clear, all right? The only reason Dotson or Burns know what inflation is
Yeah.
because they've heard it on Fox News.
Yeah, because
And it does not exist.
Buzzword.
It only existed under Biden.
Yeah.
It does not exist anymore,
well, no, but it does, but it's good now.
but we don't know what it is.
Yeah,
It's like a ghost.
yeah, it is. Yeah,
Inflection. All right. So with that being said, Dotson completely flips the script. And so
Yeah.
now he doesn't care about pussy anymore.
cats. He doesn't care about cats.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
He doesn't care about cats anymore
right.
or dogs.
Yeah,
And instead he goes on this campaign speech.
right.
This little elevator speech that he was ready with. I mean, he's like,
Yeah.
and he's reading this prepared statement. Who do you think wrote that prepared statement? Going around the room. Barb?
Angelina.
No.
Who?
Angelia.
Angelia James?
Yeah.
No, she did not.
Okay. Steven, your turn.
If I had to guess, just picking a name out of a hat, I'm going to say Ken Deal.
Ken Deal. That's my bet too.
Yeah,
that's my bet too.
To be honest, though, there was only one name in the hat. So
Allegedly, according to our sources, pretty
Right.
much everything that comes out of Dotson's mouth, other than Burns' dick,
yeah,
is written by Ken Deal.
right. Okay.
I'm on fire.
Bravo, Kevin. Bravo.
See, it's a good thing I didn't pour more
There you
rum in
go.
there.
It's that penis.
Right.
So anyway, it's it just goes to show that everything's a performance. It's all political gamesmanship. It's all hypocrisy. And if we don't start getting involved, if we don't start, our people, all of them, the people on the council that are supposed to be opposing this shit, if they don't start stepping up and voting 5-2 about everything, I don't care. You know, Burns, go back to wearing your fucking light blue checkered jacket. If you all noticed his little political move to change that.
Yeah.
You know, because that did not look governorly.
Oh, apparently not. Yeah, yeah.
So he had to switch to that darker color.
Sure.
You know, I don't give a fuck if the votes start coming out 5-2 that he's got to wear a dunce cap. You know what I mean? Like
Or
these,
a dress.
Well, he already does that. You don't hate drag that much without having some experience.
Yeah,
So
the man spends some time in a closet.
the man.
Yeah, for sure.
So the idea is that we need opposition, and whining and screaming about it, whether it's these microphones, whether it's on Facebook, we need to start upping our game and figuring out what our next step is to do. All right. Barb, she's got the whore meth corner market
Absolutely.
corner.
We've got that.
You know,
boat
so
locked
we're
up.
covered. If
Yeah.
you are a meth whore, we don't need any more of those. We have the one.
I'm branching off and making my own group. Forget
Just
you guys.
franchising.
Yeah.
And it might get busy,
Yeah.
You will.
you know. So
Then I'm going to need to hire people.
Yeah.
And you won't be able to go.
then I'm out. All right, Stephen, what you got?
I mean, the fact that we've just established that everything that they do and say is a performative,
Fuck.
just performative for. I mean, again, it's like they don't really care the outcome of these votes. These are just things that they can add another bullet point to their thing. What are we looking at?
What
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
happened?
It's full.
What the camera thing
Yeah.
is?
It's audio only,
Okay, we're audio only at this
which I
point.
delete everything off of this thing every time, so I don't really understand how storage works. That's what she said. But that's okay.
It happens.
We will have a few clips of us drinking out of the penis straws.
Yeah, maybe that's just the entire thing is like just freeze frames of us
We
like
could just
drinking out of
have
penis
and
straws.
having us talking in the
Yeah,
background.
right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now I have to do some photography after we're done.
All right.
right.
Seeing as how most of this right here is going to be
I
cut,
got
where are
that.
we at right here?
No, it's not going to be cut. We're going to
Yeah.
keep going.
So we're in segment 4.
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm not, I might cry. So I made an outline,
I
Yeah.
know.
and Steven's never used it before.
So,
Yeah.
And you had already closed it because you gave up.
I
on
never
it,
even
right?
opened it.
I was looking
like,
at it. I've been looking at it the entire time
Yeah.
because that's the type of post I am. But we're down beyond the double standard. We're at the real issues facing Monroe.
All right. Which, I think I kind of wrapped up with that.
Yeah.
But what are some real issues? Barb, what's your issue with Monroe right now?
The mayor.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
If we had a mayor that was good at their job, what would be your biggest issue that you would write to them to complain about?
The crime in the town.
Crime.
Yeah.
All right. And do you think more police would help with crime?
I'm not sure what the answer is. I think we need to start getting some of these people that are out on the street some help.
Studies say no.
I was going to say, what is the main, I guess, precursor to crime?
Poverty.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that was really quick. I thought it was going to happen slower than that. So
You forgot what I do.
yeah, that's right. So again, this is where I feel like the main difference between like conservatives and, if you want to call them liberals, but I'd say the right and the left. The right tends to operate at the point of action. Like, so if there's been a crime committed, we should punish that criminal, and the criminals will just I guess, just go away at some point. We'll run out of criminals to prosecute. Where the left tends to concentrate are the areas that cause the crime, which is going to be poverty and lack of opportunity.
Right.
So, but again, the right will say, well, you can't give money to these people because look at them; they just become criminals. so again, so if we want to combat crime in Monroe, we first start off with we look for opportunities to fight poverty. So that's in public housing, that's in fighting homeless, that's in like making sure that our the people who have proclivities to commit crime have other things to do or like other avenues to go down. So job opportunities, or for that matter, training in just giving these people some sort of hope that that they've got something to look forward to other than whatever they're planning to do that just gets them through the day.
And the more police, we get into a chicken versus egg scenario here is because when there is crime in this area and we send more police into that area, we are obviously going to catch more criminals in that area because there are more police there.
Yeah.
I would venture to guess, and I'm not pointing fingers at anyone in this room, but there is a lot of marijuana smoking in the suburbs.
Absolutely.
Of Monroe.
White people consume more marijuana than like per capita than blacks ever did.
Which, by the way, because of inflation.
Yeah. Okay.
See, you can just throw it out there.
I know you can. You can just say it whatever you want.
Just say it whenever you want.
Yeah.
That's like the big joke. There was like the CEO of the company who was like, "Okay, we got our prices. Okay, we're going to raise our price to $3.50. Why? We're just going to say that it's inflation. Okay, well, inflation goes down. We're going to lower it. Fuck off."
Right. Yeah. Well, so the other side of that statement though is that like there are more black people in prison for marijuana crime than white people, but the whites are the more like they consume more of it. So
and that is the idea that if you send police into any area, they're going to find more crime in that area.
Well, that's my main. Well, it's not the main one.
That's your main.
Yeah, that's one thing that that I don't like about the flock cameras is because what they're saying is they're going to put more flock cameras into high crime areas, which is going to make those high crime areas even more high crime areas because they're going to, basically.
If they're catching 90% of the criminals right now, they're going to get the extra 10%. It's going to be,
I guess, but I'm saying, but they're never going to like concentrate on the areas that like that could be, like could be high crime areas if they concentrated on those spots. Is what I'm getting at. Yeah. Or for that matter, concentrated on the crimes that those people are committing. It just is that, like just one of the glaring examples that we go through is like crack cocaine is given higher sentences than powdered cocaine. Why? Because
it's cheaper, and that's what's in the poorer neighborhoods.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go. So, I mean, rich people do cocaine, the powdered cocaine, and poor people do crack cocaine. So you're not gonna go after the rich people, because they pay your fucking salaries.
Well,
so
they probably don't.
You get what I'm saying.
Loopholes.
Well, yeah.
So Barb said crime.
Yeah.
I would say, Stephen, do you have something?
I mean, I would just say, alleviating traffic could be a great thing. I mean, we are developing rapidly. So alleviating traffic, alleviating the stress that's on our infrastructure, like our utilities and things like that. Like, obviously, we're...
All right, that's two things.
Okay, well, go ahead. Yeah. I didn't want to take your... steal your thunder if you're like...
No, you did. Because mine is one of the things that I talk about all the time, and I think it's public transportation.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
No, you didn't. You had the chance.
Sure. Oh, sure. I mean, everybody thinks about public transportation, sir. No, I'm just kidding.
That was my next one.
That was your next one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotta stop letting Barb cheat off me.
Right. But you send her emails.
I turned my computer screen slightly so she can no longer look at it.
Yeah.
Penis straw pointed at you. All right.
But no,
public transportation is always, it's been.
And that would also create, alleviate some of these poverty problems because let's face it, gas is expensive. It's cheaper to ride a bus.
Yeah.
And if you have adequate transportation to better places, with better jobs that pay better.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, one of the things that employers ask is about reliable transportation. And if you don't have a car or you don't have a reliable car, I mean, you have to answer that question no, I guess. I mean, not that they're gonna, but you get what I'm saying. Like, you can more confidently answer that question yes if there is reliable public transportation to get you from point A to point B.
because they're going to run no matter what.
Absolutely.
Barb,
Yeah.
do you have a reliable car?
No.
What?
Okay.
My husband took it.
Well, I mean, not with you right now.
Yeah.
No,
pretty-
just in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took it. I don't
pretty
have
s-
one.
I'm pretty sure it's your car, though.
Yeah, it is.
Because you put up my pickle sticker.
Yes, I did.
Let me be clear. I have a sticker that I put on the pickles that I make.
Yeah.
And so she put that up in her
I
car.
did
Right.
not put a.
Right.
Yeah. A pickle sticker would still be
sticker.
appropriate.
I feel like it would not.
No, absolutely.
I mean,
yeah.
straw sticker. We'll call it the straw sticker.
Okay.
So anyway, I think public transportation would be something that when you're looking at finding a better job, when you're looking for competing jobs, if you can only walk, you know, if you have to find a job within 3 miles because you have to walk there,
Yeah.
and it's North Carolina, so it's hot as balls, you gotta, you know, you can't show up sweaty to your receptionist job at this place.
Right.
They don't have to pay people as much because they're not competing for people. They're competing for people in this area that can walk there.
Right. Yeah. Another thing that we just spent like, I don't know, so upwards of $500,000 on was like pulling emergency water out of the I forget what they call it now, but it used
The
to just,
Yadkin, not the Yadkin.
no, it was
Okay.
it's the big place that
The Chumbawamba.
oh my god, no, the rock quarry, yeah, that Monroe just acquired not too long ago. So we just so everybody knows, we just spent like $400,000 to pump water from the rock quarry into Lake Monroe because we were like in a drought.
Yeah.
So permanent infrastructure for something like that would, in the long run, you know, save the city money. So yeah, that's the types of things that like I would be concerned about. Like, you know, let's do something permanent instead of literally renting equipment to do that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we paid $400,000 for equipment that we don't own.
Hold on.
Yeah,
This is,
yeah.
Barb,
sorry.
you wanna say
Sorry,
that
Barb.
again?
Did you have something you wanted to
No.
add?
She said right, but she was not near the microphone, so we just
Never
want to make
mind.
sure.
Yeah, it picked it up. Yeah.
So, any other
all good.
okay. All right. So, yeah, that was section 4. If you're following along with our outline.
Yeah. As we all are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, the political drama that Burns and Dotson are stirring up is it's no good for anybody. It's
Well, it's
just
great for them.
It's really even not great for them because eventually they're gonna keep falling forward.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
you know, Dotson in the mayor's seat, Burns in the governor's seat. I'm telling you right now, Burns winds up governor, he's in prison in the first year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you think that he
Yeah.
did not understand, I mean, when the city council were telling us that he needs to be sat down to explain the levels of government and what he can and cannot do with a fucking marker board. And
Yeah.
when he said, yeah, I got it. And then they had to do it again
Immediately,
because
yeah.
he did not get it.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to have a UFC fight on the lawn of the governor's mansion?
That would be hilarious.
I wouldn't be
I'm telling you
surprised.
right now,
Yeah.
he's getting away with shit because there's no opposition to him in the
Right.
city except for us three assholes with microphones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Once he gets up to the governor mansion, you
Yeah.
know, then people are going to start to. I will tell you this right now. Anderson Clayton will fucking have the judges after him all the time.
That's
she will
right,
be
yeah.
filing lawsuit
be-
after lawsuit
That'd
after
be
lawsuit.
beautiful.
Can we
He
not?
steps out
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, I'm going." She's like, "Fuck it, we're going.
Yeah.
We're going to court." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that.
I like
dude,
her.
He's going to spend more time in jail than the governor's mansion. So that is the damage that they do to each other. Is they fall forward, they fail upwards. I believe is what it's called in mediocre white man America.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, again, he patterns himself after Trump. He may as well do it there too.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, so.
Trump's never going to get arrested or face any punishment.
Uh,
People got to oppose you first.
You think?
I guess.
Oh yeah, no, nothing's going to happen.
I think that. I hope you're wrong. Let me put it that way.
Oh, I do. Oh God.
Yeah. I mean,
I
I
ever?
will say that, like, I really feel like, as little respect as I have for like congressional Democrats, I do feel like they'll probably find a spine if they win the majority, especially majority in both houses. But
the problem is they follow old school rules.
Yeah.
That, I mean, you remember in the first term.
Yeah.
When it was like, hey, the courts just said you can't do this. It was like, yeah, fucking, what are you going to do?
They're doing it right now. They basically, I think was it Virginia basically just said ruled that that ICE agents can't wear masks.
Yep.
And basically Homeland Security is like, yeah, fuck you.
Yep. And right now, Trump's lawyers, because of the White House expansion that they were trying to do with the ballroom,
right? That's
been halted in courts because he wasn't allowed to do that without congressional approval.
Sure.
And the argument literally made by the Justice Department, our Department of Justice, misnomer if I ever heard one.
Yeah.
You love that word, don't you?
I love it.
Yeah. So they are now arguing that if the president moves fast enough, then the courts can't stop it.
I mean,
No, that was not like, that was their argument in court.
Yeah.
Was if the president moves faster than the courts can tell him to stop, then it's too late and you have to let it happen.
Hey, man, that's...
Now, I will say this. It seems pretty on brand that when someone says no...
Are you telling me that they don't...
I'm saying that consent...
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, they don't practice consent. Yeah.
It's kind of like the Republican brand.
Rush Limbaugh made that the Republican. Do you remember that?
No.
I remember. I can listen. I can hear him in my head right now making the evil demon sound or something like that. He's like, Democrats talk about consent, just like making it just
you do that
evil.
again?
No,
it was.
Please don't.
It was
to sleep tonight.
like he was. Yeah, I know, right? I did it pretty good there. Consent.
The facial expression is the best part.
But you'll have to freeze frame that and put a dick near my mouth.
There's already one there. I don't know why I put two.
No, but yeah, that they really believe that, like, again, consent. A woman having the ability to, advocate for herself, withdraw consent, even during an act or something like that, is absolute evil, and or just against. Man's ability to dominate, put it that way. But they don't believe in consent because, I mean, they would not be doing half the shit. I fully believe that Trump is building himself a bunker. Now, we all know that there is going to be a bunker beneath the ballroom, but I'm saying I think that Trump is literally going to lock himself in this fucking place at the end of all of this and say,
he has no need to. He has none whatsoever.
Because
no one's going to do anything.
Oh, you think? Oh, well, no, yeah.
We saw this in 2020. The extent of, okay, that's behind us. Everybody move on.
Right.
Let's forgive and forget and keep going. And that's what's going to happen to Burns. I can tell you right now, Saluda gets in office and it's like, okay, open up the investigations into Burns and all his shenanigans. When he was traveling all over the state, was he ever using taxpayer dollar money? He used the seal on this. He used the branding on this.
Yep.
You know what? Why don't we just move on?
Turn the page is the phrase that they use.
Come on. That's
and that was one of my biggest complaints. Well, immediately, that was one of my biggest complaints about Obama. Like, I have many going forward beyond that. But, like, there was, for Obama to use the word hope in his campaign and then dash all hope immediately was just like anyway, there was just a lot of disappointment there, to be honest. And I just felt like...
But the idea was that when we were looking at the things that were happening under the Bush war, with who got the contracts? Cheney's companies.
Oh, Halliburton. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we're like, we're going to vote for Obama because he's going to launch investigations into that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
And we're going to vote for Obama because he's going to hold George W. responsible for the war crimes and falsifying intelligence.
Well, do you remember the 2008 crisis? It was basically the housing bubble and all that other stuff. Basically the same thing. If I'm not mistaken, I'm almost positive the same thing happened in South Korea. Do you know what they did to their people who did that, who inflated these bubbles?
Ironically, of all the countries you could have mentioned, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm... Yeah, so you do know that they put all these fucking people in jail.
All of them in jail?
Yeah.
And and it's really funny because corruption is pretty rampant over there.
Yeah.
So the presidents are like in jail, assassinated, or commit suicide.
Yeah,
Wow.
right. Yeah.
That is like if you go back and look at like the presidents of South Korea.
Yeah, right.
There are none that are retired in a hillside right
Right.
now.
Yeah. And you made that statement as if America, like United States, isn't like like completely
Right.
awash
I mean,
with
so
corruption.
much worse, but we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
no
No, I get it.
opposition. And
Yeah.
at the same time, it's one of the things that was kind of curiouser was during the part where Burns was trying to get Anderson, the ethics investigation into Anderson. Sir Luda kind of made the comment. She's like, okay, well, you keep saying allegations. You know, now granted, it's hard to hear her because she doesn't like to put the microphone in front of her. So
doesn't,
I'm
yeah.
guessing
Actually, I
what
think
she's
she
saying.
puts it too close.
That's never happened. So at this particular meeting, she decided that she did not want to be heard, and was kind of talking, So,
Yeah, right.
So I'm kind of like intimating from common sense and context clues what was being said, and it sounded like she was taking issue with the word incidents.
Or
and-
allegations.
Allegations.
Yeah.
And so I think there was an element to that where she thought that Burns would be launching ethics investigations into everyone on the council all at once. And she was going to be like, oh, yes, I'll bet, do it, And that, of course, is not what's happening. He's going to keep investigating Anderson over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But this is also one of those things that you're not going to see a 7-0 vote to investigate everyone for ethics violations. Because...
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we get it.
We
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you look at,
Yeah.
the United States and you look at like, okay, we're going to investigate everyone in the Epstein files, you know what I mean? And all the citizens are like, yeah. And Congress is like, yeah. But,
Right. Yeah.
and there's like this whole element of, performative votes because they knew that, Trump was in there 38,000 times. So they were going to stop it. He was never going to let it released, and his sycophants were going to black out everything. So,
Yeah.
But, hey, Burns still likes him.
I mean, I at this point, I don't know what it could take for Burns to turn. And when I say Burns, I mean, he is a stand-in for most, Trump supporters at this point. Like, I don't know what it would take for these people to turn on him. And this is why, like when we talked about in the last episode that probably won't get released, I think that's when it was, you and I had a bit of a disagreement about like whether or not, this Trumpism wing of the Republican Party is going to at some point be anathema. I honestly, these people are never going away.
No, I don't think they'll ever turn on him.
No,
They need something to worship.
Yeah, but that's the problem is that a cult will not survive the death of the cult leader. So once he's out of power and once he starts, I mean, let's face it, when he dies,
I guess
you think they already hate
They'll
JD
just
Vance.
move on to the next one.
Yeah.
They
but-
all hate Marco Rubio, who's Trump is trying to put in
Yeah.
place instead of Vance in 2028. And the idea is though that it's
No, but like, so here's my point. Like this wing of the Republican Party, this hatred that they're able to like, just kind of like gin up from, in specific, or like at specific times in each, generation, that part is not going away. That's my point is like, once Trump has exhausted himself and like literally like, just milked, this thing for as far as it can go, whether he's punished or not, they're just going to wait for the next thing to like raise that ire up. And then because what they really worship is power, obviously. And so, or for that matter, not necessarily power, but the use of power or the, what am I thinking of? Just like the execution of power, I guess is what I'm getting at. But because ultimately what they worship is white supremacy. Like
Yes.
but that's what I'm saying. But like, that's what Trump gave voice to. He's giving voice to this, like this id within themselves that allows them to do horrible fucking shit to their neighbors in order to maintain this air of supremacy over everybody in the world, but definitely, people who aren't
but you
part of
keep
their...
saying the magic word there.
What's that?
Trump.
Yeah,
Without
but-
Trump, this dies.
No,
because
no. Trump is an avatar, man. That's what I'm getting at. Like, this is,
it's just the opposite. If you look at the folks in Congress, if you look at the senators and the representatives that have to stand in front of cameras, these fuckers don't like having to go along with this bullshit day after day after day. They want to return back to their
but they love the shit he's doing,
control.
though. Okay, maybe not an... Okay, I guess maybe avatar is a good word, but also, too, like, there's... I don't know... Do you guys know what a golem is? Like,
yes.
Okay, so a golem is like back in the day, like, and I think it comes from like Jewish lore where they would like write a certain, it's either somebody's name or like a prayer or something like that, but they would put it into the golem's mouth, and the golem then gets activated and does their wishes. Right. And if that is like to go out and like assassinate some person or carry out some like evil deed or something like that, but they're putting that they're putting the onus on the evil deed onto the golem. You see what I'm saying? And so they're just like, as soon as Trump goes away and they have to like basically retreat back into their caves and shit like that, they will just wait until the next golem
the next thing.
is pops up. And it doesn't have to be a person or anything like that. It could still be
this cult-like behavior did not exist before Trump, and it was.
I just disagree.
It's the salesperson.
No, this goes all the way back to the scapegoat.
It's cult-like. You know what I mean? And we saw...
Agreed.
We saw... Yeah. I was able to... See, here's the deal, is that 20 years ago, when I was having a conversation with someone about George W. Bush, we were able to disagree, and they were able to say, I don't like that George W. did this. And we don't have that with the Trump cult anymore.
Because he didn't speak... Because George W. Bush didn't speak to the idiots out there.
Right.
But that's my whole point, is that like George W. Bush wasn't able to command the allegiance of those same people that like Trump is able to. Trump will never, ever, ever fall below 30% because he has convinced those people out there, no matter anything that he does, that he is their fucking warrior.
Follow.
Right.
Yep.
And we're not disagreeing.
Yeah.
But the cult leader, the cult does not survive the death of the cult leader. They will not rally behind Vance in the same way or Marco Rubio. And a lot of these politicians who do not like this behavior, who do not like this stuff, they are going to be able to rein everything back in. And we all agree, white supremacy is their game plan. It's just much more subtle. It's not like, hey, I'm going to start fucking bombing Iran. Hey, Congress said I can't bomb Iran anymore. I'm going to keep fucking doing it. Hey, I'm doing market manipulation. What is it, like 27 times now that he's declared victory and or a ceasefire and or peace talks and stuff like that, and people are profiting off of this. This stuff is going to go away. And I will say this, it will not come back if these folks are punished. Trump will never be punished.
Never.
But they need all of the players in this. They need Blanche, Bondi. They need all of them in prison. And it will definitely fix, for the next time, the folks who think about doing this. And that is why when we sat here and we talked about change from Monroe, I said a decisive defeat of Burns and Ball was necessary.
Yeah.
Not by a coin flip, not by 1 or 2 votes. I want them to go away. I want them to look at Monroe and say, I will never, ever be able to win in that city because I am a fucking loser asshole.
Yeah.
And that is the point.
Okay, so let me just... I can agree with certain parts of what you're saying.
You can also agree with all of them.
No, I will not, because basically what it comes down to, again, just from the amount of history that I've read, like the Nazi Party had we had literal fucking Nazis in our government around the time of Hitler. Like they were literally using, I forget exactly what I was trying to think of what it was, but there was like a specific act that would allow congressional members anyway to print up leaflets and spread it out to their constituents and stuff like that. They were spreading Nazi propaganda using our government funds to do this shit. Mm-hmm. So again, this is 1940 some odd that these people were doing this shit, right? So we went through all of that. We more or less, like, the Nazis were defeated. All of this stuff, this edifice that they built up crashed. The world thought that they moved on. We blamed that on Nazism, or not even Nazism. We blamed it on the Nazi. This group of people, for some reason that we just can't explain through just kind of went nuts and started killing everybody and started like wanting power and all this other stuff like that, we were able to put that onus on those people and just say those people were the problem, right? It wasn't that. It was the underlying ideology behind all of it that allowed these people to follow Hitler to their deaths, the death of their entire country and all this other stuff. Again, that particular like sentiment is never going to go away. And the reason I think that, believe that, is because in order for it to go away, you would have to rely on liberals, Democrats, to prosecute these people. And what is their choice beyond that? Their choice is to either side with capital, the people that are funding all this shit. Let's be honest, capital has funded every goddamn atrocious thing that has ever happened in this fucking world for the most part. Especially from like 1940s on, but definitely like, all the way back throughout history, you can go back and see large accumulations of money that will start to exploit the other people around them. Like they wait on the next opportunity to spring forth and like start to carry out this shit again. Again, Democrats will always throw leftists under the bus in order to maintain their grip on power and maintain the fucking spigot of money flowing through.
Let's talk about Germany. What happened after the war?
We rebuilt their entire fucking city, like all of Europe, more or less. Yeah.
I believe it was called the Nuremberg trials.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And right now, it is illegal to fly a Nazi flag.
In Germany, yeah.
In Germany.
Germany learned their lesson.
And that's what I'm saying, is that if we take those actions here...
But what you're talking about, though,
this goes away.
But exactly what you're talking about, though, is what makes America such fertile ground for that shit to happen. Because, again, like you're talking about...
The liberals will never do it.
Yeah, that's part of it. But also, too, you're talking about like a completely different... You're talking about people in America like reinterpreting the First Amendment. Is what you're basically, at some point, you're basically saying that like any mention of the word Nazi or Republican Party or Trump in America will land you some sort of like, I guess, criminal charge.
No, right now, there was a man who decided to say the N-word to a black guy, and the black guy stabbed him, and he just got off, because they are starting to take these kinds of, if you make a racial threat, if you make a racial, these are ideas that we are going to have to reckon with. And it is the idea that...
But we refuse to do it.
People are going to be... There is going to come a time when people are going to be embarrassed of these red hats.
I don't disagree with that.
But you're about to say but.
No, but the point is that they'll find another red hat. Next time it'll be a fucking purple hat I mean,
how dare you, sir?
Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to
purple out of this.
Disparage the color purple.
He says with a purple penis straw.
Somewhere. Yeah, it is actually. No, but like, again, like, and that is my, I guess, my main.
White supremacy is always going to stick around. I'm not saying it's going to die. I'm going to say as the leaders of the political movement, I think it's going to die after Trump. I think it's going to go back to regular Republicans. You and I both know that we've had regular Republicans, not MAGA Republicans, talk to us about Burns and what a dick he is. We know that most of the businesses in Monroe fucking can't stand his way of operating because it's bad for business. Capital controls this stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what, a lot of these Republicans and Democrats in Congress will say when Vance steps up there, pulls up his big boy pants and says, okay, now my turn. They're like, no. The cult leader's gone. We can stand up to you. You're not going to have that following. People aren't going to break into the Capitol for you. They're not going to smear shit on the walls or take a shit on Pelosi's desk.
But the fact that they would do that for Trump, though, is the reason that Capitol was so easy to get behind him. Again, like at this point, like Mark Zuckerberg spent how many fucking years trying to have, they outsourced all of this to like, India and stuff like that, obviously. But they spent billions of dollars probably trying to like make their platform more safe for like children or, minorities, all this other stuff like that. And now that it's like Trump says, you don't have to do that anymore. And we're going to like cut your taxes. What does he do?
Yeah. It's immediately a safe haven for Nazis.
And scammers. Right now, a full 10%, they've admitted this the other day, a full 10% of all of Facebook's proceeds or like, or profit comes from scams.
My favorite was this just happened about a week ago, starting 7 days ago. I get some very attractive women trying to become my friend on Facebook.
Every single, yeah.
And this is new. Like I was not having this before.
I've been getting guys.
I get 5 or 6.
Oh no, you go to Fox News and make any sort of comment on any of their posts and stuff like that. You immediately get, I get like 15, 30 likes, and it's dudes in across overseas.
In India.
Yeah, putting an entire profile around this, well endowed woman. So again, as long as there's a dime to be made from oppressing somebody else and stealing their fucking resources, this Trumpism is never going to go away. And you can again, I even hate using the word Trumpism because this is the fucking Republican Party at this point, and maybe not even Republican Party, but this is the right leaning wing of American politics. But it's also the right leaning wing of German politics. Hell, they almost got I forget what the percentage was, but hell, the right wing, Nazi party, more or less, in Germany almost won a fucking election last time. I mean, again, I am thoroughly convinced that the way we do politics, as far as aligning ourselves in political parties, is a recipe for fascism, because you're always going to be voting for the lesser of two evils. Not only that, but the people that, especially now that Democrats are fully aligned with goddamn capital in America and are just going to do everything that the checks coming in dictate that they do. We are fully ingratiated to just allowing the money spigot to keep flowing as long as we have a boot to stamp on minorities' faces or some other country where we need to go steal their oil. It just is that way. And until we stop that will be, we are going to continue fighting these people. I just, and that's what really, honestly, at the core of what makes me tired, that realization is what really aches at me every fucking day.
Yeah.
And it's again, you're asking people who have no shame to be embarrassed of the shit that they did or said yesterday.
These people have been waiting to crawl out of the woodwork. They're just waiting for, and once Trump's gone, they're going to go on to the next and grow.
Yeah.
Like cockroaches.
But again, so the only thing that we can combat that with is a fully robust, just
penis.
No, class, we have to have class solidarity. And I can go into, many, many reasons why that needs to be the way, but you're never going to.
I have worked Monday morning.
I know, right. But point being is that you're never going to defeat racism. You have to outwork it.
Right.
And we don't have, or for that matter, not even necessarily racism, because racism is the tool of capital, and you're never going to defeat racism until you defeat capital and pull that, we have a fucking Nazi who just became a fucking trillionaire, the first trillionaire that we have right now. The worst fucking person that you could possibly have given all the goddamn money to. And this motherfucker is again, we worship this dude.
I don't.
No, I'm just saying, as a whole, as a collective, the fact that
don't talk about my whole.
Yeah, but the reason that this dude is a trillionaire is not basically because of the success of his companies. It has nothing to do with that shit. It's the air about him that makes these fucking dipshits think that he is somehow some innovator that we just deserves all of America's money. He has never given us anything that we couldn't have given to ourselves. And every fucking thing that he's ever promised has been a fucking lie. And if anybody's still on not knowing who I'm talking about, obviously it's Elon Musk. Fuck Elon Musk. But again, we're never going to defeat white supremacy, racism, xenophobia, transphobia, all these other phobias, anything else that tries to subject minorities. We're never going to do that until we cut the goddamn knees off of capital. And every time they try and get up, we bash their fucking skull in. Metaphorically. Sorry.
Allegedly.
I don't want to, I try to shun labels as much as all of us around here and stuff like that. So I don't know that I've ever actually called myself like a socialist or a communist or something like that. Maybe a social democrat or democratic socialist, whatever you want to say right there. But I fully believe that taxes are a bulwark against ambitious men trying to control the world. And until we get a hold on that particular, I guess, aspect of human human anatomy or human psychology or whatever it is, and decide that we are not going to allow this impulse for greed and control to just consolidate in one person, we're going to continue fighting this battle. And it's going to be Trump, it's going to be Hitler, it's going to be anybody else who decides they want to pop their head up and lead the next fucking mob of angry slobbermouth fools. So anyway, I know I've just ranted a lot there, but you got me on my soapbox. Sorry.
I didn't put you there. How
You
dare
did.
you accuse me?
You did, sir.
I saw him climbing up there earlier.
Yeah, he was climbing. He didn't need the push.
Trust me, it doesn't take much to make me get up there.
All right, well, we're going to cut this into about 5 episodes.
Okay.
Barb, what do you got for us?
I think that Stephen is in need of some zen.
Please,
What do you
actually,
think?
I tried to
Yes.
get myself zen many times and it just didn't take. So.
Might I read a quick
Yes.
Nomian proverb?
Please, yeah.
All right. Here's what I got for
It's
you.
not a cult.
To be fully seen is to risk being fully loved. Exposure is frightening. Vulnerability feels dangerous, but is also the doorway to the love that cannot live behind walls. This Nomian proverb reminds us that love cannot thrive in half-truths. It needs the whole of you, the tender, the flawed, the beautiful, the unguarded. To be seen fully is to be known, and to be known is the only way to be truly loved. At the Church of Nome, we believe love requires courage. The risk of being seen is the price of the gift, and the gift is worth it. Step into the light. Love is waiting. Nomian blessings.
Thanks be to Gnome.
Thank you, Barb.
All praise be to Nome.
So I know that, as we look at the 3 a.m. stars shining above us, it's important that we go back and cover something that I think we missed.
Yes.
I'm scared.
I'm kind of nervous
I
myself.
distinctly remember seeing Barb wearing glasses.
Yeah?
She just read from that book without glasses.
It was not easy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
That's why it was way out here.
No,
Okay.
it really
Yeah,
wasn't, though.
No, my God, I
You're
felt
lucky,
like I kept pulling
you're
it.
lucky the cameras are not on anymore, because there's evidence that
Are we
I think this is a fashion show for her.
Oh.
No, here, put it on.
I'm going to tell you right now, this is very ableist of you.
Yeah.
As a guy who needs glasses, this is kind of bullshit.
Any of the stumbling was because I could not see the word very well. I'm like,
And it was 3 syllables.
Yeah. I have, as someone who has resisted putting on glasses for quite a long time, I will say that I kind of like the way they make me look. So I'm there with you, Barb. So let's we can don our glasses if we want to.
I'll tell you what.
And
fuck
and
you, I'm putting them on now.
damn you, Kevin, for trying to make me
she
shame
was
me.
fucking
Oh
faking
shit!
it.
Now
Yeah.
I can see.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, that's great acting.
Yeah.
Holy shit. The Tonys were last Sunday.
Yeah.
Get over yourself.
All right.
Nobody's
Love
falling
you,
for that
Kev.
play.
We're gonna draw this to a close to the relief of everybody listening.
Shy under 4 hours.
I know, right? Yeah. All right. If you enjoyed this podcast or found it useful, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an episode. We have a website, changefrommonroe.com. Nobody wanted to pitch in there. That's fine. I'll do it all myself.
I'm just used to the rants where
Oh,
we're not
my God.
involved.
I was just letting him go.
Yeah.
You can send us an email, God damn it, to Stephen or Kevin or Barb at changefrommonroe.com. We love hearing from you. And
No
we
dick pics.
read all of your emails.
Some dick pics.
Some dick pics, yeah, if they're tasteful. You gotta put a.
Gotta blow
You
out
have to
the
put
hair
a flower or
or something.
something in the scene.
I mean, put a towel on that thing or
Be
something.
classy.
Yeah. We reserve the right to read said email or show those dick pics on air unless you express otherwise. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram and Threads and all the socials except for Twitter because
Fuck Elon.
Fuck Elon hard.
and actually fuck you, Mark Zuckerberg. And as always, consume a satchel of Richard Robert. Bye-bye.
careful of my dick.